Today on Strangely Canadian, I'm going to tell you about a murder mystery from my hometown, Amherst, Nova Scotia. The murder took place only 400 meters from my front door. As an 8-year-old growing up in the small town, you never expected anyone could be murdered just a stone's throw away from your front door. 80-year-old Sadie Rogers never married and lived alone in her house at 112 Cordova Street. For most of her life, Rogers worked as a housekeeper. She was well known in the neighborhood and was considered a sweet old lady. She was last seen alive on Saturday night, September the 26th, 1981. After a week of not seeing her, neighbors became concerned. On Friday, October the 2nd, 1981, the Amherst Police Department was contacted and police responded and found Rogers' body inside her house. She had been stabbed multiple times. When police checked her mailbox, they discovered that mail delivered to her residence on September the 28th had not been retrieved from the mailbox. An investigation was launched, and the Amherst police interviewed several suspects. The investigation led to no arrests. In the small town of Amherst, rumors traveled fast. 2 people were believed to have committed this heinous crime, but no one ever came forward. There was rumors that the murder weapon had been buried somewhere behind the Nativity of Our Lady Church, which is now the Amherst Wesleyan Church, but nothing was ever found. In 2003, RCMP Constable Gordy Matthews joined the Northeast Nova Major Crime Unit and began to review the case. He appealed to the public for information, and in a 2006 interview, he stated that there are different avenues of investigation to explore. He would submit evidence taken from the crime scene in 1981 for DNA testing, but it would appear that nothing tangible came from the tests. In 2006 and 2007, someone sent the Amherst Daily News, the local newspaper, anonymous pencil-written letters. These letters allegedly contained information about the circumstances surrounding Rogers' murder. Investigators say they received other tips over the years. They're still seeking help from the public to solve a case that is growing colder and colder by the day. In the 2006 interview, Rogers' niece Dorothy Snowden said, "To this day, I keep asking myself, why would someone do something like this? She didn't deserve to die like this. She had every right to live." Rogers' family believed the perpetrator was someone who knew the house due to the way they entered. According to her, the murderer took the glass out of the front door, reached in, and unlocked the latch. The editor of the Amherst paper at the time said in a 2006 interview that robbery was suspected to be the motive for the crime, but it's unclear whether any of Rogers' possessions or any money was taken from the scene. My memories of Sadie were like a lot of the kids in the neighborhood. We would steal apples from her apple tree by her house, and she would come out angry, and we would either run or bike away. But she never seemed to be a mean-spirited woman. Years after the murder, my mother, sister, and I were in the house. I can't remember if we were going to possibly rent it or purchase it. I do recall that the house had a really creepy feeling. It was probably the fact that we knew that she was killed there, and we had a dog with us. And although there was no one else in the home at the time, on the second floor, she became very creeped out. The dog became very upset, agitated, and would bark and not go into several of the rooms. We also had trouble opening a door, and it felt like someone was pulling on the other side of the handle. So my mother contacted my grandfather, who came and said something about angry spirits and muscled the door open. Now, I don't know if anything ghostly ever happened there. We never moved into the house. but to me, it's always been a creepy place. Nearly 4.5 decades later, the case remains unsolved. Rogers' case has been added to the Department of Justice Major Reward Program, and anyone providing information on the case that will lead to an arrest and conviction is eligible for a reward of up to $150,000. Anyone with information on the murder of Sadie Rogers in Amherst, Nova Scotia in 1981, please call the police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Thanks for watching Strangely Canadian. Please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. I have some really interesting ones planned pretty soon.